And are we live?
I don't see them. Maybe I need to refresh it. Hold on. Yep, we're
Yep, we're here. Okay. There you go, Barnaby. How you doing, everyone?
Hi. Good evening to you all.
We
This
haven't,
is kind of a special little thing.
yeah, we haven't done a live in like over a year, I think.
Yeah, it's been a super long time. Oh yeah, my microphone's my bad. Does this sound okay, guys?
All right. Come here, you maniac. We were pretty excited to introduce you all to Barnaby.
He's, he
He's,
is a handful.
yeah, he's cool though.
He's such a good boy.
Yeah, he's learned to go bathroom outside. He hasn't really had one accident inside yet.
Yeah,
Pretty happy about that. But
he's doing really good.
he's inserted himself into the pack pretty seamlessly. This has been actually the easiest introduction I think we've ever had to do with a dog.
Yeah, he was wonderful. He fits right in. Sally gets a little irritated. Her,
Yeah, she don't like sharing attention.
yeah, but she's still a puppy herself. So
What do you think of the name Barnaby?
Sir Barnaby.
Well, it's distinguished, and he's anything but right now.
I know we thought if we gave him a gentleman's name, maybe he would be a gentleman.
Wishful thinking sometimes, I think. All right, I'm gonna go put him in the cage where he's gonna be. He might bark a little bit in the background, so excuse that.
That's the beauty of being alive in a house full of pets.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get. All right, well, let's just hope that he behaves himself.
So today's Jessica and I's actual 10-year wedding anniversary.
Yes, it is.
I can't believe it's been 10 years.
We keep saying it all day. We're like 10 years.
I know.
10 years.
Feel like we kind of made it at this point.
Yep. And I think you guys have started along with us since our 7 years.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we've been off grid now for just over 3 years. That's also kind of crazy.
It's been quite the journey, if I must say so. One of the most challenging, rewarding, exhausting journeys.
Frustrating at times.
Yeah, that we've ever been on. So
No, but it's definitely been an experience that I'm happy we went down this path. There's a lot of things that I didn't think I could do. I ended up finding out about myself that hey, I had a lot more abilities than I gave myself credit for. Even though I've made a lot of mistakes along the way from the beginning, I've learned a lot and definitely come a long way.
undoubtedly.
Yeah, you too. You
Yeah,
too.
both of us. We really have. I mean, it's been it's looking back on it. I'm honestly still, I can't believe we're still here. Still here, pushing forward
Yeah, no,
and
things are.
making our dreams a reality.
Yeah, and things are progressing.
They are.
They're progressing. This month has kind of been a little bit of a hard one. It was just the really oppressive heats that we've had, and then the situation with Nelly. So it kind of got me in a little bit of a slump for a little while, and it's kind of getting motivation back up and like ready to tackle the world again.
Yeah, the cooler weather's definitely helping with that. We're having a little break in our weather.
Yeah, the drought's ending.
Yeah, as some rain moves through. So
Yeah, there's actually a little bit of water in the pond. Tiny bit, but it's holding.
it is. There's water in there. It's a small accomplishment.
Oh, like everything just was like scorched earth around here. I know it's with a lot of places like that, but the extreme heat, and then we hadn't had rain of any significance, in months, and our garden really suffered from that. It was we figured it would happen. We're going to empty the water out of our one tote so we can move it down to the brand new rainwater collection we built. We're like, watch, it's not going to rain, and it rained up until the end of the building of it.
Yep.
It gets done and completed, no rain
Drought.
for months, drought.
Straight drought.
So we've been running really low on water. It's made things really difficult, even in the amount of showers we're able to take, doing dishes.
We've been purchasing water.
Yeah.
All the water that we're consuming, we're purchasing right now. So that's been also a toll on it,
Yeah.
on us. Yeah, especially with the heat and how much more we're consuming, how much more the dogs are consuming, the plants are consuming, the plants that we were able to save, the
We
garden.
but we did get a pretty decent tomato harvest. I mean, it's not huge, but it's
We
still,
got a pretty good harvest
yeah,
out of the breakfast year, even considering that we did have a drought.
we still gotta get the potatoes out.
Yeah, we got potatoes on that side, so.
So, not a complete failure, but it wasn't for our lack of trying, it's just Mother Nature.
James is asking if we're still looking to try to move the water up from the creek or the little creek that we have. And I personally don't think so. Now that we've built the pond, I think that if we want to pull water uphill, it'll eventually be out of the pond.
To the garden, yeah, that's one of the points of the pond is a reservoir for water, so if we can fill it and we get hit another drought, hey, we still got water to water the garden, but it's actually a lot closer. The
Right.
stream water, I mean, it's not out of the cards to try and bring it up to the dome, but then I'd have to kind of figure out where it would go because I'm going to keep the rainwater and the creek water separate.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So if we get consistent rain, we don't have water problems. We never run out of water. We wouldn't have ran out of water this summer if we didn't empty that tote that was completely full. It was like 330 gallons. That would have gone a long way.
Right. Because we already are pretty cautious with our water usage and consumption.
Yeah,
So we do try to make aware. And that is one thing we can definitely say that we've learned and from our experiences here that
using minimal water.
water is everything.
Yep.
Water is everything.
Yeah.
It's either the best thing or the worst thing, but it's everything.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you can't get clean, it is so uncomfortable to work.
Yep. Yep.
Miserable makes sleeping miserable. Oh man.
From cleanliness to doing your dishes
Yeah.
to washing your clothes to keeping your food alive to keeping your animals alive. And if you're a person that would be off grid and you're doing livestock and you run into a drought like this and you have animals that are drinking 100 gallons of water a day,
That would be hard.
then, and then you got to watch where it's running on your property when it does rain and what it's rutting up and washing away and how you can most efficiently collect it, filter it. Yeah,
We need to get a well done. That would be the ultimate goal. If we could get a well done. Have like a solar pump on it.
we're up 1,500 feet. So,
I don't. It doesn't work like that. There's
you don't-
no. There's the aquifers
okay.
that are in the area, so you tap into them.
Mm.
I mean, there's water everywhere here. We definitely have to upgrade that system and not just rely on rainwater. So to answer your question, James, I think yeah, we should figure out a way to bring the water up from the creek, especially for times like this.
But hoping this pond solves that.
Yes, the dogs like it. Barnaby ran through the water today.
Yeah, Sean was telling me that he was running through the pond. Think he's gonna be a swimmer.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted a dog that liked to swim.
Barnaby was at the rescue for a while and he kind of came in with a rough start with a weak immune system and some mange and he just kept his immune system wasn't real strong so he just kept getting like a little sicker and then he'd get sick again then he'd get healthy and then he'd get sick again so I just kind of decided that I was going to try to convince Sean and he came in one day and he saw him and he was like melted
Yeah.
and I was like okay this might be easier than I expected it to be.
Oh, so you were planning this.
And so now we have a Barnaby.
Back to fruit.
Bag of six.
So in the 3 years that we've been doing this, what would you say was like our most difficult challenge that we obviously overcome, that we've solved, I should say? 'Cause there's still a lot of things that we're trying to solve.
Like of us together or like me personally?
I mean, in our life off grid,
I think the temperature control has really been
I agree.
one of our biggest challenges, and we still don't have it under control.
No,
Like we don't have heat under control. We do not have
I'm
being chill
I'm
under control.
confident. I'm confident though in the heat this winter. because we're gonna finally put the curtain up that we have, which is this heavy fabric curtain, that goes the whole way across, because there's no insulation over the window, and it's cold over there. So I think that was one big thing we were battling. We had just this giant cold surface that
Right.
the stove couldn't keep up with that well. Plus, now the floor has the insulation in it.
Hmm. Which
Yeah,
will be a help for winter.
yeah,
And we're hoping when we put the curtain up, it will also help with the sun that comes in the late afternoon
right,
because we do have a giant skylight. And with the skylight, it takes the sun, that's the summer sun, like 4 hours to cross the giant skylight that we have. And then once it crosses, it just goes over the hill and then starts to come in the front window. So we're going to tint.
the top.
We have window tint to try and tint that and put that curtain up in hopes of keeping the light and the UV out.
Yeah, to just keep the ambient temperature in here
Yeah,
a lot cooler.
we didn't really think about how living in a dome, this is made out of PVC. So it's actually like if you've ever been camping and like you woke up in a really hot tent, that's kind of like what it's like living in here all day.
Yeah, we definitely messed up by not getting the solar extractor fan option, but I still have faith that we can build something because we want to build an indoor bathroom area, and it's going to be right under one of the windows. So I'm thinking maybe I can at least build a frame that we can put a fan up there to help,
Push air.
push air out.
We did get two of the windows open.
Yeah,
So we are rocking with two of the windows.
it
It
does
has
make a
made
big
a huge
difference.
difference in how much heat is being held in here. You can definitely tell that the air is like now moving in here and not just like
But it's still
stuck.
like 90 degrees though.
No, it's so unbearable.
95 is hot.
Don't get us wrong. Like it's pretty tough.
We've been mostly just sitting.
Chasing the shade.
Yeah, you get home
Mhm.
about 3:30.
The hottest part of the day. So when I get home from work, it's the hottest part of the day. So we just kind of chase the shade until it's like
Yeah.
bearable.
But so right now we have, if you see behind, we got the sheets put up. We enclosed underneath the loft area, the unfinished loft, and we put the air conditioner that we got just inside there to try and trap it in as much as possible. It helps a little bit, but I think maybe we need to get it closed off a little bit better. But
Right.
it's still,
We're
we're
like
making do.
right. We're building temporary small solutions while trying to tackle big solutions.
Right.
So it's like double the work, but
But we're,
whatever.
we're, we're getting through though.
I know.
I mean, believe it or not, we need to really start preparing for winter.
I know.
Even though it's hot out,
Yeah, when you
it's,
can't get reprieve from the elements,
it
it
really
makes
halts
the
your
work. Yeah, right. It makes the work daunting and tiresome and hard to do.
we are not. I think we have the capabilities to be a lot further than we are, but there are these
Right.
outside forces that you
Yeah,
don't
we
really
just gotta
think
be
about.
mindful.
Like,
Right.
when we first moved off grid, we didn't realize the amount of pressures. And this is for anybody watching who's thinking about going off grid,
Right.
just to keep in mind it's not like camping. You kind of equate it like it's going to be forever camping, but
You take a bunch of supplies camping with you and they last the entire time you're there.
right.
Here it doesn't compute. Like
There's just a lot that you don't think about. Like, you have temperature controlled apartments or homes or whatever,
right,
so you can get out of the hot temperatures,
right.
um, or even the cold. The bug pressures out here that you have to be outside working in the middle of the woods because we're pretty deep in the woods. It's about 5 miles
Right.
to
Good. Black Hawk to
right.
live with
So we're like, we got a lot of things going around, and I don't really find they bug her more than me.
us. Yeah, I get ate alive by the bugs. It's like I have bug bites in my armpits right now that are just driving me crazy. And it's like they always get me in the worst spot. So it's awful. But yeah, the bug pressure. That's why I asked if he was asking about like us together or me personally, because me personally, the bug pressure has been one of the biggest challenges for me. Um, battling like my first year here it was really bad. I'm not gonna lie. I hated every insect that came near me. I didn't want to be in the insects. I wore pants and long sleeves my whole first summer when I thought I was gonna be in sundresses and like loving the wilderness.
Nope.
No, not at all. That
Then
it's
these
not.
giant hornets, this big start come flying around her, and she
Right.
was like, "Nope."
Yeah, no, it's awful. So
I think I built her in the 3 years we've been here on this property, like 4 or 5 showers. You've only used like one of them,
right.
or
Well,
two of them now.
I like to shower in the sun. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna shower outside, I like for it to be in the sun. When I'm in the cold, it's just too cold. But when I'm in the shade, I get too chilly. So
Well, it's also I'd always like try to
put
make
them,
this magical
yeah, and you put some
forest
feet,
shower. It's like in the middle of the woods, and yeah,
like
it looks
deep in the
pretty.
woods. Like I have to like hike to my shower.
I mean, I'm sorry. It
Like
looked.
one was
It,
down like a hill that was really steep, and like
yeah, that was a rough one to get to.
yeah, you like had to like climb out of there.
I spent a lot of work on that. I did a lot of work.
But like, the things you don't think of, especially, you think it's gonna be this magical, wonderful experience. And I mean, it is to an extent, but not the one you're thinking it's gonna be.
I feel like you can get it to that point, though.
Yeah, that's the end goal.
That's the
Ultimately, it
end
will
goal.
be, right? You have everything in place, all your systems are in place, everything sustains itself, and then you can actually focus on the things that you came out here to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Did
almost.
you come out here to do anything? Like, are you working? Like, what's the end goal? What do you want to do once your systems are set? Once everything's in place, what are you gonna just like kick back and work on?
Oh, one of the goals is to get that blacksmith shop built because I have that entire blacksmith set. I mean, I got it was gifted to me, and it's got everything you could need for like a intermediate blacksmith. And I want to learn it, so I got all the equipment, and I want to build a little uh, place for it. I think I'll be tinkering around with that.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
be able to do
that's
some
the
life.
goal.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I think that do you want to turn it into like art, or do
yeah.
you
I'm
want
thinking more
to?
artistic stuff,
Yeah,
not like I mean, of course, making practical things. I would love to be able to go out there and be like, "Oh, you need a new garden tool," and go
yeah,
bang one out and
I would like that
put it
too.
together, and it's just like really well made.
Yeah, I would
That
like
would
that
be
too.
awesome. But
I
yeah,
can understand wanting to still be creative.
but who knows how long that could be? Before that's even a reality.
No, I get it, but like I came out here with totally the I thought I was going to be able to do those things alongside trying to build this life, and now it takes all of your extra energy
Yeah,
and expendable time.
but I see
You
it
just,
as
I mean, you enjoy it along the way, of course, but you're not doing your lifelong hobbies alongside it,
I
unless this is a lifelong hobby.
I just have a vision of how this place is going to look when it's done. I don't know how unrealistic that is, but you never know. Like we're way further than I thought we would have been. From where we were starting from, and uh,
Considering how many times we've started over,
yeah. So well, no, and did you expect to be as far as we are?
I'm going to keep it real with you. I expected to be way further.
Okay.
I really did.
I mean, I did expect to be further, but I'm not upset with the
I'm not upset
place
with
where
our
we are.
progress. No, I'm not upset with
Yeah,
our progress,
I guess it's a
considering
better way to
all of
say
the
it.
obstacles that we've had to overcome along the way, from
This
like
has been a
losing
learning
the
curve.
camper to mold, and the shed it to size and temperature and cost, and now to here we are in the dome. And
Figuring out our
yeah,
most recent mistakes,
yeah,
but we're making good progress.
I agree.
Things are getting better, and I'm kind of excited to see what the next year brings.
Yeah, let's answer a couple questions here.
Okay.
James was asking us what our firewood count looks like. We have like 7 pieces underneath the bed.
No, we have some up top too. Uh,
Oh yeah, we do have a little pile up there. You're right. There's 2 piles up there,
we need to get a new chainsaw.
but we absolutely need to get firewood on reserve.
Yeah, we're gonna have to buy some firewood off of people that already have it down in season. We need to get ourselves a good chainsaw. That way we can cut up because we have a lot of down trees.
Yeah, the firewood isn't the problem. It's the cutting it up.
Yeah,
It's been it's been the issue.
I guess that's got to be put on the list actually. Now that we think about it, to be an important thing we need to acquire next.
I agree.
We have the money to get it right now, so we
Yeah.
should probably get.
Okay. We're gonna get
There we
a
go.
chainsaw. Okay. Let's see. So
I gave the
Cora,
response for you, James. Sorry.
Cora is asking if there's water in the pond.
You very little.
Yeah, there's water in there. There's not a lot, but it's holding water.
Yeah, I couldn't
Looks
even give you
cool.
a guess of how much it is.
No.
100 gallons,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
something like that. Maybe
Okay.
200.
But it's kind of cool looking.
It is filling up though and folding. That's the most important thing. We just need to get more consistent hard rain. It probably is going to take a while to fill,
Yeah.
but once it gets to a certain point, I can start planting the plants that'll help keep it clean and aerated, and start maybe getting some fish in there to make sure no mosquito larvae are laid in there. Just looks like a big breeding cesspool. So it's going to be some work done to that pretty shortly, as long as it fills up.
Yeah, because we just can't leave it sitting there stagnant or anything. Absolutely not.
No, it kind of lights a fire under your butt to make sure that you do a lot of research. And thank you, Dave, for sending me all those videos that kind of set me on my own deep dive, rabbit hole into ponds. My father's going to be sending some plants that he has that are good for ponds. So I think we got a solid plan to at least
Yeah, and we're gonna pull like stuff down at our own.
at the swampland area,
Yeah,
the beaver pond.
right. To help with that. Shannon just wanted to point out that he reminded us about
Yeah, yeah, yes. We know.
that. Great.
Sorry about that. It's been a hectic couple months here. It's been a rough time, so we're a little bit behind, and we're going to have to adjust and get the wood. But I think we should start getting it now and filling up. That way, it's not.
Right, we're just kind of like mostly settling over the fact that we lost our garden mostly. We're just recuperating and finishing some little bit of.
Other things that are behind, like we had to harvest what we could harvest out of the garden before it rotted.
Right, yeah, just catching up and like finding the motivation to do it the sweltering temperature.
Yeah, I know, but we have to do it.
I
It's
know.
the thing.
That's what I kept telling myself this morning when I was sitting at work. I'm like, you just got to do it. You just got to get up and you just got to do it. Like, you just got to do it. If it needs done, just do it. But it's easier said than done.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely lowered my expectations of how much I could do physically is definitely lower than I thought.
Oh, whenever we decided we were going to do this.
I got amped up by watching some other YouTubers doing it. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just another couple that inspired us. It was just like, oh, yeah, those two, they can do it. We can do this. We got this.
We're doing it though.
We're doing it. I'm not saying that we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? It's just, there was a lot that we didn't know. We just want to help anybody else who might. If we could reach anybody that's trying to do this and just wants to go off the grid,
Don't follow our lead.
Yeah, yeah, don't dive in. Go in with some knowledge, if anything, knowledge.
Yeah.
It can be done on a shoestring budget. It can be done. It's about really like grit and like how bad you want it.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
I mean, we've seen people come up with, big pocketbooks and textbooks and not make it and leave after only a few months and say, no way. So I'm extremely proud of us in that sense. We have a lot to learn. I think we need to apply ourselves in a few areas a little bit better.
There's
Which
always room for improvement.
there is, and
we have infinite room for it.
true. But you're also changing schedules with work now. That's going to allow you to have more
at
time,
home,
right?
which will give us a little extra time because sometimes it's hard to just have 1 day or 2 days here because you start to get in the swing and then you cut right back to a different thought process. And going back and forth with that was becoming extremely mentally and emotionally draining on me. So I'm feeling a lot lighter and feeling like moving forward that I'm going to be able to give the best of myself in both worlds because I don't want to sacrifice either space. I just want to
Have a
be
healthy
my best,
balance.
right, in those spaces, right.
It was really hard, she's worked so hard at the shelter. They all do really great work over there. So you come home, you'd be emotionally and physically exhausted from a day, especially when it was like a count of over 100 dogs in the building and like 3 of you to take care of it.
Right, yeah,
That
it's
was,
very tiresome. Um, but we're doing a lot better now. We've got a lot more help.
you know, you have a lot more energy these days.
Yeah, it's been really nice. I just now if we can just get through the heat so I can utilize some of it. Just expending all of my energy sweating.
Hopefully we can watch. We'll get the exhausting built. It'll be like winter here,
Yeah.
but we should make that a priority.
Dave wants us to remember to clean the flue.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, because that's probably definitely needs to be done.
Absolutely. That's only a 4-inch pipe
Right, it's a
on
small
that.
pipe inside.
Yeah, we had to make an adapter to go to that.
Right, I remember. That was another huge problem. So every time we've installed 2 wood stoves since we've been off grid, and both times have been quite the feat because we're trying to put a giant wood stove into a tent, and we tried to put a wood stove into the slide out of an RV.
Yeah, that was it just leaked. It
Yeah.
leaked really bad, and I think that
I
contributed
think
to
it
the
was
mold.
the stove itself, right? Oh well, the leak, not the RV, the water leak.
Yeah, I think that came from the putting the wood stove in, and then there was also another one on the roof that we couldn't patch.
Yeah, the wood stove was really heavy in the slide out of the.
I'm actually really tired of trying to figure out like our home situation. So like I think we really need to bunker down and get this place situated. We have to do some more supporting underneath. We should build the exhaust, the way to exhaust the heat out the top. Let's get the shower moved inside if we're going to do the plan that we're going to do.
Right.
So
That's another thing coming up, the shower inside. So upon all of the research that we've done, they don't typically put showers inside yurts and domes because of the moisture issue. And we're going to attempt.
Well, we're going to run this by you. Let us run this by you and get your thoughts on it. We were going to build a totally enclosed shower, and that at the top put an exhaust fan connected to like 4-inch PVC and bring it up and down and connect it to the drain that's going to go underneath.
You think that will
bring all the steam out, the moisture out?
Right, because we obviously don't want to put ourselves in a pickle.
No.
Yeah, where we have mold again, and we're like have to surrender another home.
Well, this place is made of wood, so we don't want to rot the floor.
No, that either. Or ignite
We get any responses on that one?
Joe is asking what some of our plans for next year.
I think going forward here, I think we need to this winter when we have a lot of downtime inside. I think we need to revamp our plan of what's important to maximize our chance of success and actually becoming somewhat a little bit self-sustainable. Like that's really the goal. So I don't.
Preserving food, like are you talking about like along those lines?
Absolutely.
Right.
I feel like we've made a few missteps in our planning and I mean everything we've done was important, but I just think some orders of things might have been not right. We haven't given emphasis on things that are needed to make our lives even manageable and bearable.
Right.
And then the actual steps we need to take to, like we said, be more self-sustainable, actually have a real healthy garden, where it's
where it is sustaining us and lasting us through the season.
Actually canning a lot of things, preserving food.
Yeah, food has been a struggle. Like we've grown a garden every year for 3 years, but we're canning and preserving very minimal of each year.
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
The stuff you're canning is delicious,
Right.
but we're just, we'll have like 5 jars of something, so it's
Right.
gone in, a few weeks.
Right. It's not. It's just like long-term sustainability harvest.
Another thing I'm really interested in doing is really building up like our herbal medicines and stuff and learning about the things on our land. I really want to know this
Right.
property,
Right.
pay
Yeah, 'cause
attention to it,
I was really enjoying that when we were doing that.
learning about the things that are
Right.
growing here, their uses.
Right. And I have learned some pretty cool things about elderberries and elderberry capers, and we have a bunch of elderberry capers and elderberries about to be ready. So look forward to that information coming up soon in the future.
She's going to talk a lot about it.
Yeah, I'm excited
She's up ready.
about it. James is saying that he thinks like the hardest part for most people wanting to start this lifestyle is getting property and knowing resources to find it and not being scalped by someone. Because it is really hard to get a bank to give you a loan or a mortgage for a raw piece of land without any engineered blueprints.
There are scams out there, so you do have to be careful how you purchase your land. But yeah, come on.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep these dogs apart because they're just going to knock the camera over. Come on, guys. Go lay down.
Yeah, it's all about like doing your research. Talking to the person. Talking to people.
I think we just got lucky, honestly.
Yeah,
we talked to a few.
We did.
We
We
just
had no
got
idea what
lucky.
we were doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, we must have. Yeah, we were walking the right path.
God was on our side on that one because we definitely landed with good people, and I'm confident building my dream here.
Same. I totally feel that, but I do understand the struggle of, now looking back and watching people wanting to buy land and hearing the stories now.
I hear, and that's just with the route we went. I'm hearing a lot of things with people can't even find something.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if that's still going on, but I know people having problems finding land because there was like a big rush of people coming from the cities and buying up a lot of rural land. I write these too.
So I was asking how is the town since the tornado?
I mean, all we have in this town is a Dollar General and a gas station, and then the pet rescue. So you gotta go like 40 minutes to go to a town.
Yeah, so it's not really too big a town, but all of the homes it looks like have been, and even the barns have been fixed or rebuilt.
Yeah, they cleaned up in town a little bit, but there's still So it didn't really affect the progress of the town at all. No, I think a few people did lose their homes. They've been rebuilt. Okay, good.
Yeah. Going down our road, one of the roads was one of the main roads that got hit, and there were about 4 houses on that road, and they all look in a barn. They look really nice now.
Oh, that's right. There's that one new barn is actually really beautiful.
Yeah, they look really good. So I'm sure all those people are very happy with their new looks. It's like a new road now, driving it.
The one building in town is still kind of destroyed, but it was vacant. It was just an abandoned building, I think. So but they're slowly cleaning that up. I wonder if they're going to maybe put something there.
I don't know, but there's a floors cleaning it up.
Oh, really?
I think the rain starts to like rot it, make it heavy, all the stuff in there heavy. Hopefully they get to it soon. Greenhouse. Joe says greenhouse.
Yeah. Greenhouse is definitely on the list. We have the area planned out for it. I don't want to get one of those, like, Amazon style greenhouses because they all seem to break up here. Like everyone who's had them, they've all just collapsed with some of the winds.
Right?
We want to build something a little sturdier, so we got to dig the hole.
Right, we want to dig a hole. We want to put ours in the ground.
Yeah.
But that's not just for sturdiness, right? It's also so we can grow.
Right. It's
through all seasons.
Yeah, there's a way you can control the climate in there. It's pretty interesting. I'll talk about it a little bit more when we actually do that project. But it'll allow us to grow more food all year long.
They're having a playtime. Yeah. Let's see. Someone, Gregory, says he has used some of our ideas for his rainwater collection system.
Awesome.
Well, I really hope it's some of our more recent ones.
Yeah.
Our first one was pretty decent, even though
Yeah.
it was very small. It was a sweet little system with the 3 buckets.
That was the 3 buckets. Yeah.
And then the one right after that worked good when we had the tote there. I mean, it filled up off the RV roof like a champ.
Yeah. If one hard rain, it would fill a tank.
Yeah. The RV roof was a lot of surface area, so it was nice to have that rainwater.
Then the next one we built off of the shed. That one was one of my favorite ones. This one's now the best one, I think. But
yeah, we like our system now. But that is something that we
They've
do like,
upgraded.
progress in and do really well.
we can collect
We can
rainwater.
collect rainwater if it would rain.
Well, it's supposed to rain all week, so we should be good. Come here, Sally. That's enough.
James asked, "What are some of the steps y'all took in the beginning to find a decent realtor?" Well,
Honestly, I just went online and we knew that we had to go a certain route, which was owner finance. That was the only way we're going to be able to get on the land. I talked to a bunch of different companies, and when I found Landstruck, it resonated with me. They were very nice, and we liked the piece of land that they had. So that's why I said we just kind of got lucky because he was the only one we actually really met up with.
Right.
We talked to a bunch, but we only
Right.
met up with him. So
we all just like one.
yeah,
So just work
it
itself
just
out.
yeah,
I wish we had better advice in that department, but
we really just lucked out because we were zero experience. We didn't even know what to look for in a
Right.
piece of land. You know,
right,
we just
knew we wanted to be able to learn and build and make our own mistakes.
yeah,
We didn't want.
we just wanted flat land where we could make those mistakes.
Right. Exactly.
But we've had a lot of success, so I'm really happy about it. We got
Which property do we like better? Definitely by far this one over the first one.
yeah, not even comparison.
Yeah, not even with the comparison. It was much smaller.
Yeah, it was only a small little section and it was straight hill. That's why the shower was on the middle of the hill. It was the only flat spot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the other property did have really nice potential. I've seen people do a lot with a lot less.
It just depends on what you wanted to do.
Right.
It's still a good piece of property. It's just depending on what you're trying to do it for. Well, what our vision was, that just wouldn't work. It was just kind of a temporary piece of land that we were staying on until something better came available.
And we were practicing, right? We were trying to see if we could even
handle it.
Living this type of life. Yeah, because coming from having a house and all those luxuries, I mean, we don't do miss it.
I mean, I enjoy it when we get use of the convenience. We went and stayed at the Airbnb again for a few days to get out of the heat. She offered it and said, come cool off. And
we enjoyed it very much.
We enjoyed it very much. But I'm still excited about the mission we got here. Like, how cool would it be when we have a shower that works just as well as that indoor shower?
Right.
Right.
We do.
And we built that. Like, how cool is that going to be? Like, when this place is all decked out and we're like comfortable.
Yeah. Even as far as we are, I'm like we built this. Like, this was just woods.
Right. This whole thing was woods, and it's like we got it cleared out, built this deck, put up this dome, ran water to it. We got solar running to it, even though we're having a problem with our solar that I have to diagnose, which is something that is on the list this week because right now we're having to run our generator to charge. I'm hoping it's something as simple as an MC4 connector burned out. I was told that they do, so I'm just going to have to go check it out and test each one.
Yeah, because they're not getting any power from the sun right now. So that's good.
Power's been a little bit on being conserved of late.
Right. Yeah, because generator.
Expensive.
Gas is expensive, and like the sound of the generator in general.
annoys her.
I don't care for it. Yeah, I don't care for it.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I understand the necessity of it right now. But at the same time, I don't ultimately, at the end of the day, I do not want generator as part of my off-grid experience.
I was reading the comment.
Sorry. Yeah. Has with that, you don't have to say who, but has there been a YouTube channel or a video of someone just starting out, and while watching, you were like, "Uh-oh," and what was it?
What was what?
Well, if Dave, you're making your questions too complicated. No, have we watched any novice YouTubers who have been off
Oh,
who were just like, "Oh no, they're gonna make a mistake"? I don't know that we really have.
I don't either.
I feel like we're always looking to YouTubers who are better than us so that we can try and,
Be better.
right, yeah, learn the craft of, YouTubing along with,
The work that's being done
right,
here.
yeah, how to balance those two. Or we're just staring at them and we're like, how do they do it?
Right. This doesn't feel real.
Right. Why are we dying over here and they just look so perfect?
Oh man, that's so funny. Go ahead. I'm thinking of cutting my hair. What do you think?
He's been toying with it a lot lately. It's getting to the point where it might be real soon. This is like the fifth or sixth time he's brought it up within, I don't know, the week.
Well, I mean, it's. I just feel it'd be easier to care for if it was shorter, and why make things a little more difficult? Because I don't want to get rid of it, but thinking about it, thinking it might be more practical.
Mm,
She won't want me to do it. I'll let y'all comment and see what people.
I like
Let's
it,
see
but
what
I
y'all
see
think.
it down way more than you guys do. I see him more in his natural look, and I like it.
So poofy.
He's got a lot.
I look like a caveman.
It does knot up really easily and a lot. He breaks a lot of brushes, like since he's gotten hair. Like I've kept the same brush since for a decade before I met him.
Right.
And since he's grown his hair, we've lost that brush. But we've lost like 5 more since that one.
Right.
Yeah, he's pretty tough on brushes. Not
I
gonna
have
lie.
really thick hair. I
It's
brought it down. It's thick.
it's a lot. He's got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
And it's not the hair he thought he was gonna have. He thought he was gonna have beautiful locks like me, but
Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's another reason to cut it because it's not the way I want it long, which was what I was going for.
and for you to wear it in the style you want, you need like electricity and a straightener and time to straighten your hair every day, and
Yeah,
all the work that comes with that.
I
Or
think
you just keep it wet all the time.
right.
Because the wetness, the heaviness of the water keeps it kind of straight, which is nice. But everybody's
We'll see.
saying no.
No,
Yeah, the hair is hot. That's right.
all right. We'll let it ride a little longer. Then. Just got to then make it one of my focuses.
Dave's like, it's just one more thing, with.
Right. That's exactly. That's my point. Yeah. You just talked about how much work we have to do up here. What do I have the time?
Yeah, so, whatever.
I don't. It's not my thing. So yeah, it'll probably go at some point.
We'll see.
Reggie, you're so big up. This puppy is chewing.
Poor Rezzy, she's really tolerant of Barnaby.
Yeah, super tolerant.
She just lets him chew on her like a chew toy, and she's getting chewed because he's got sharp. So we're trying to work with him on that because he's very much about his mouth.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but he's also fun.
Yeah,
at the
she's
same
nothing
time.
like I mean, he's nothing like Sally wasn't. Like she was just as wild as a pup.
Right, but she grew
Just
out of it.
yeah,
So
it didn't take her long. I feel like Barnaby's gonna mature quickly too. He's very smart.
he does listen,
Yeah, he wants to be a good boy.
and Reggie's a good. This is like the best dog. She listens so well. She's so mellow. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
I love
Love her.
Reggie.
We love her. We
Okay.
love them all. They're all beautiful. They're all wonderful.
Are there any more questions before we kind of sign off of here?
No,
Go enjoy the rest of our 10-year anniversary. I still can't believe it that we've been married for 10 years. We've been through the ringer. We have been through
all
the
kinds of
ringer. All kinds of them.
them. Any shape, size, tightness.
I'm so,
Every kind of ringer you could think of, Sean and I've been there.
it's crazy that we pulled through some of the things that we did together,
It's
and
been fun.
it's been fun. And I'm
It's
really,
been hectic. It's been crazy. It's been a lot,
but I'm glad that we ended up where we are. And
we feel alive, right? Like we feel alive.
yeah,
We're not just going through the motions of an everyday life. We're exploring, we're adventuring, we're learning, we're not afraid.
we're on a crazy
Try.
journey together right
Right.
now.
We're never afraid to try something new or go to a new place. Or,
Yeah, going across country was probably my favorite time with you. That was fun.
Sean has a heart for traveling,
She's a homebody.
and I'm a homebody, so we did the country together.
Twice.
He's asking me to try to do overseas, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we kind of put that all on like future plans. You know, we have a lot of work to do here, so goals, goals eventually.
One last thing, Gregory's asking if we forage much. I love to forage. I'm always looking. I know where a lot of all of our good medicinal and edible plants are on our property and
You know, a lot of them.
through our whole town, actually.
She's
I
always
know.
looking as we're driving. Look, ooh, there's Willian. Ooh, there's
Chicory. We got a lot of
chicory.
chicory in
Yeah,
bloom around right now. The elderberries, all like yeah, blackberries. We do. We forage as much. I mean, we like
the
to forage
drought
as
this
much
year
as we
screwed
can.
a lot up.
But
So I
yeah,
think though even the
and just even
blackberries,
being in the heat to like forage, it's been tough. So yeah, but
we
we
don't
do
like to.
like to do it.
We got to create paths, right? We don't like to forage. I don't like to break the tree line as much in the summertime because the chiggers and the ticks are really bad here, and we get chewed up to where it's just like
It's
ah.
unbearable. It's super uncomfortable, and then you really can't get anything done.
Right. So we try to forage just along our where we have the outer perimeter of our property. That's why we planted a lot of berry plants now. But we do want to make paths because there's a lot of cool stuff down there, especially for
Right.
mushrooms.
Right. We're gonna be doing a path super soon. Coming.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
Well, you ready to go enjoy our anniversary?
I am. I had a nice chat. It was a wonderful chat.
It was. It was kind of cool to
Thank
just
you.
hang out with you on a
Yeah.
different
Right.
way,
On a
not
different kind of
so
level.
edited. You know,
Right.
we're real in our videos, but you know, we do edit,
Right.
and I hope you like them that way. I enjoy making them, but this was cool hanging out this way.
Yeah.
So,
We don't do it often, so it's not.
all right.
All right, y'all.
See you
Thank you
later.
for joining us. Keep growing.